talking about we ain't got the Holy Spirit because we ain't giving you $1. Get your dumb broke ass up the street, man.
All right. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. So we out here for the to bring our people back, hey, to our nation, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics,
Right.
whom are the children of Israel.
That's right.
That is a byword, and that's not what the Bible called us.
Hey, it worked out.
Hey, we've been called the children of Israel, God's chosen people.
That's right.
So you want to
That's what I'm talking about.
you kind of want to get what you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So we just got approached, hey, by a man who he just kind of cut out here. He bugged out. Hey man, he trying to use the prophets for something we ain't for.
That's right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, and verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out from this day, from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I should be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
You want to get that, does it talk about the mark right after that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, grab that, and we can jump to Genesis a little bit after that in Genesis. We can talk about
I could
yourself.
have brought that out, yeah.
So while he getting that, so he bugged out his mouth. He
I got you.
he done messed his temple up. Go ahead, read that.
This is the next verse. Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. Let me see, because there is Go ahead and bring out what you got.
So while you are looking for that, so we got not just him. I went down the way, man, further down the the byway. Hey man, Jake out here, he bugged up out of his mind down the street, man. Hey, he messed up, man.
That's right.
Let me grab the 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
That's right.
Hey man, and the Lord called us to be holy as he is holy.
Oh, I got you.
Go ahead,
and this is the verse, Genesis chapter 4, verse 15, on that gentleman that came up here. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. What?
And as before we get that mark, man, if you look into it, it was actually his own people that killed him, man, from his own line.
Right.
But let's go ahead and grab the mark, man, because if you can receive it, Esau is Cain back here on the earth, man.
That's right. You want me to get that Genesis 25, red all over?
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to grab myself.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25.
Bring it out.
Well, I'll read 24. Well, no, 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Hey, so you have it just like that, man. He was born with that mark upon him, man. He still got that mark in him today. And man, if you want to get real, it's even worse, man, because now he got that little yellow hair.
Right.
That we read about in Leviticus.
Right.
And let's I left my scripture. Was that Hebrews chapter 13 when he's talking about he sold his birthright?
Yeah. Hebrews 13, Hebrews 13, 10.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit before that. Okay, I got it. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 16. I'm going to read from 15. I should read from 14. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
That's right.
Hey man, so he sold his birthright in this thing, man. Hey, and Jacob was called.
That's right. I got one for you.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40. And by the sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So that's what it is in these last days, man. Esau will always live by the sword, and you see that today with America being this prime country. You believe in God, sir?
Of course.
I can ask you a quick question?
Of course.
Quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, is this Jesus?
Nah,
It's not?
nah,
You attend the Catholic Church?
nah. I don't believe in the Catholic Church like
You
that.
don't believe in anything? So
Nah,
what?
I mean, no. Based on like what I've seen, like the Pope doing in the churches, I don't go the route.
Right.
It's too political.
Right.
I mean, you ain't gotta believe in the church, you just believe in God. That's it.
Right. So the rosary, man, like you know where that came from, right? With the Eastern Orthodoxy. That's why I asked if you were into Catholicism and stuff like that. So you know Christ don't look like that. So you know he was a dark-skinned man.
Oh yeah, we all come from Africa.
Yeah, right. More importantly, you know, it says Jerusalem is the mother of us all. So the prime examples of life is from Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? He came from Jerusalem. He was from Judea. Some people would call it Afro-Asiatic, but you know that's because it's in between the plateaus of Africa and Asia. You know what I'm saying? But it's still called the Middle East, the Fertile Crescent, the most fertile land in all the world, right? So if you know that he was a dark-skinned man, if you think that this image is being postponed like in the pews of the churches, you know, every person has this psychologically embedded inside their brain, whether or not they want to believe it or not. You know, it being Jesus Christ, it being the Son of God. So if they lied about how he looked, wouldn't they also lie about his message as well?
Oh yeah, of course. Maybe I mean, you could look at it in King James version. Maybe written a whole bunch from there. And there's also a Bible before that one where they took more messages out.
Right.
Where they literally say to watch out for the government, because that's the devil right there. So,
Right. Yeah, that's the beast system that it talks about in Revelation.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Right. So if they lied about how he looked and lied about his message,
They also lied about his birthday.
yeah, because that's December 25th. That's not his birthday,
Nah, it's
right?
April 1st.
You know, that's one of the worst things that you can actually commit against God is going to celebrate Christmas, man. We got what? Halloween coming up. You know, a lot of people about to be eating goddamn Halloween candy when that's actually giving a sacrifice to an idol that the Druids once worshipped. You know what I'm saying? Back on Christ though. So you do know his name is not Jesus.
It's Yahweh.
Yahweh or Yahushua, how people, you know, broke it.
I mean, yeah,
Yahweh.
I mean,
Yeah, like you said,
translation,
So he was a Hebrew man, and he was speaking the original Hebraic tongue. So how you would properly pronounce it is his father's name will be Yahweh, and his name will be Joshua rendered in Hebrew, which is Yahweh Shah. Because if you read in Acts, it says we followed Joshua underneath the cloud that led us into the land. But we know that the Spirit of the Lord that was in the UFO was Christ, because he said, I am that I am. So he was the Spirit and the angel of the Lord at that time. Yeah, so his real name is Yahweh Shai, and his father's name would be Yahweh. So, if I told you that Christ only came for Jews and Jews only, would you believe that? You wouldn't believe that? Get Matthew 15 and 24.
Right.
Because we got to remember one thing, brother.
not followers.
Right. We got to remember one thing. If they lied about his image, lied about what he taught, they're not going to come straight out the book and tell you the fruition and the fruits in which he bare and bore to his apostles. You got that 15:24? 15:24.
15:24. Slack.
1 second, brother.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
Bring it out.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So Christ out of his own mouth literally said, I am not sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. How you feel about that? You can't deny it.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
Also,
So,
kinda hard to hear
and yeah, right. So, and the context behind that, a woman of Canaan approached him saying, you know, please heal my daughter. He basically was ignoring her the whole time, him and his disciples, and said, I am not sent unto you, but I'm sent unto you. He's basically doing this to her while you're talking, and said, I'm not sent unto you, I'm sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And she didn't actually get that blessing until she actually acknowledged that she was a dog. You know what I'm saying? And that she was beneath all the children of Israel. Because she was a woman of Canaan. She was a woman of Zidon, which is also a descendant of Ham, who we know are Africans today. You know what I'm saying? So, do you keep any commandments, brother?
I'm trying to get closer.
Trying to get close?
I mean, I got my little testament in my house.
Right.
I'm there sometimes.
Right. Well, you know, to be, get that lukewarm, you know what I'm talking about? I got another verse for you, brother. Hold
I got
on.
one too.
Go ahead, bring it up.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 24.
Bring it out.
The disciple is not above his master,
That's right.
nor the servant above his Lord.
So you can't serve two masters. You heard that verse before, right? You know, you either serving the devil and being inside the world, being conformed to the world, or you're going to be coming outside of this world, thinking in your tertiary mind that you have to come apart away from the physicality and the figments of this world. You know what I'm saying? The rudiments of this world, as the scriptures say, right? I got a verse for you from Christ. This is from the red letter. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 16.
Check it out.
So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So Christ right here in Revelation is saying, brother, you can't be on one side you want to believe in God and not really do the things that he's telling you to do, and then on the other side, you know, doing the things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It says our heart is deceitful above all things, as it says in Jeremiah. So we can't just follow our own volition in our own heart, because that's wickedly, you know. Paul, that's what Paul struggled with when he's talking about that in Romans 7, is that carnal heart that he had inside of him that was battling with his spirit, battling with the flesh of the world. And that was the fight between sin and wanting to walk in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
But it also says that once you follow that, the commandments just come easy. It's not like all you need to do is it's like it's gonna come along when you start following.
Right.
It's gonna be easy.
Right. Because he says my commandments are not grievous.
Yeah.
Right. So do you do things like eat pork at all?
Talk about she get me on this.
Yeah, but you know, cut it out.
For sure.
What else I could say? Shrimp, crab, or lobster?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, cut it out. Because it says in Leviticus 11, that's where you get your dietary laws from. And it says, you know, to a good man is supposed to keep a good diet, as it says inside, right? You know what I'm saying? Also, you're following the laws of God when you keep Leviticus 11, which is instantiating all the things that you can and cannot eat. Pork is one of the things we can't eat. Shrimp, crab, and lobster are some of the things that we can't eat, along as like goddamn squirrels, ferrets that you may see people on movies eating damn mouses. You know, back in the olden ages, you know, you couldn't do that, brother. You know, back in the day. Do you try to keep the Sabbath at all?
I'll text you that.
Yeah, I'm
Show it. Well, if
Trying,
you're wrong,
yeah. You know, that's a part of the Ten Commandments, brother. So, yeah, that's you know a dire thing. You know, Yahweh Shai said through the world, and he calls Jesus Christ. He says, "I'm the Lord of the Sabbath." So a lot of the things that he was instantiating, the Sabbath being one of them, is a very important thing that brothers are supposed to keep and stridently try to keep. You know, to the best of your ability. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
That's right. So you got to remember that Sabbath day, and remembering and keeping back in the olden days, you know, you stood a standard for it. That was your standard and way of life. You know, it says in Peter, I think your everyday conversation should be true and holy. So you should want to walk in, you know, being like holy, being apart and set apart away from the world. You know what I'm saying? You want to come out of this world and be more into your spiritual mind. Not so much into where your head is in the clouds and you're not watching around you, because the Bible also says be circumspect, you know, in your surroundings, but you want to just always have that level-headed mind to bring yourself out of the world, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, and I just wanted to tell you, you know, brother, have you ever heard, you know, the Hispanics and blacks, Native American Indians, Seminole Indian in the Western Hemisphere are Israelites? You ever heard that information before?
Yeah, I mean, I heard there's a lot going on, so you got to be careful with your ears.
Right.
You know,
Right.
my own research.
Right. But in Daniel it says knowledge shall increase in these last days, right? So knowledge, as we get closer to the end times, is going to increase in these last
You
days.
just said you see it now.
Right.
All over.
Yeah.
Everybody getting woke.
Yeah.
They're on everything on.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of signs, especially like that solar eclipse that's happening.
Right.
Second.
Blood moon. Yeah.
Yeah, and the the blood moon.
Yeah.
A bunch of that.
Those are that's goes back into the Bible with the harvest moon and the Feast of Tabernacles that we keep. You know what I'm saying? That's why every year when brothers do keep the tabernacles, it's around that center time, because that was the time in great harvest of the ingathering that we did have back in the land. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to gather all our crops before it got, the cold months came past. In the Bible, there is no fall, there is no autumn. It's literally just summer and winter in the Bible. It's only just, 2 slashes, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, did you have any questions about God per se or anything like that?
I mean, there's no
Right.
I just you can God.
You know, Christmas is going off.
What's up?
You know, Christmas is going off.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
All right. What I can tell you, brother, is the cross is idolatry.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
How's that?
Because when you go inside the Catholic Church, what they romanticize and what they do put around themselves are the rosaries. You know what I'm saying? And is the cross. Christ said, "Be ye followers of me, as I am a follower of God." You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to follow him, not the actual instrument in which he was murdered on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't
so how would you feel
That's like
if your
following out.
right? So how would you feel if your nephew was killed by a Uzi? Would you walk around with a Uzi pendant on your neck or anything like that, or a Uzi piercing in your ear? You wouldn't do that, right? So why wear an instrument in which Christ was crucified on, like on your body, to say that you are a believer? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, once for remembrance, and there it all depends on the
Right.
dopamine as well. And yeah, two could be. I mean, cross I understand sure. Rosaries used as prayer.
Right.
Yeah, it's different.
Right. Okay, but when you get into rosary worship, right? Who's the mediator between man and God? Jesus, right? Okay, so when the rosary first came out, they made the rosary literally for the instantiation of Mother Mary, for her being the intercessor between us and God. And that's not true in the Catholic Church. So I'm telling you, yes. So that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, this is where these things first come from, and as New Age, ideologies come about, and brothers that want to be individual people